Courage and perseverance have a magical talisman before which difficulties disappear and obstacles vanish into air. John Quincy Adams. My friends, stick with it. Be courageous, be perseverant, and just push through. We can do this. Just follow the rules each and every day, 10 to 15 minutes. That's all we ask. Stocks down for the day, both the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100, the tech stocks, S&P down 3.31%. NASDAQ 100 down 4%. We see bonds and gold are up. Bitcoin hammering down yet again. When I look at the 24-hour-a-day Bitcoin chart, it is down right now 7.92%. A minute ago, it was down 8%. Bitcoin has, if we go and look at this chart, we can see where Bitcoin has gotten so close to going under $20,000. It hasn't done it yet. If it does do that, which it may very well do, who knows where it'll stop. And again, we've been talking about this for weeks as this big drop has occurred. So, follow the charts. All you got to do, obey the rules, don't be a dummy, and hang in and take critical losses. My friends, I say over and over and over again, and I'm not joking about it. You read any book about the market and they tell you if you just manage your losses. What's so beautiful for what we do is we manage our losses with what? With this little, and I'm on, again, TradingView. If you don't have it, hell, I've got a video attached to the show notes that shows you how to set up exactly the chart we have. I love this little prediction and measurement tools over here. The long position and the short position. You put those in, you set up your loss band at one time, the average true range, which you see. In fact, I have it right down here. It follows the movement of the candles. And at any point, if you look over there on the left, in that orangey red color, 802 is what it is right there, $8.02. That is the average true range. That is what you set your loss limit at. Right here you can see where it was set at 1.90%, and we doubled that for the profit that we're seeking, and boom, you set that up and you go with it. If it doesn't work, you jump out and you jump back in later for one that does, and you obey the rules, and it works time and time and time again. In fact, we've given you the rundown on the months of April and May, 14.36%. We had 3 trades in the queues. 2 of those were successful, 1 was not. We had 3 trades in the S&P 500. 2 were successful, 1 was not. In gold, 2 successful, 1 was not. And in 20-year bonds, 2 successful, 1 was not. It was amazing. And all you got to do is wait for, again, you're under the 200 EMA, you wait for the STC to cross over, you initiate your trade, you set your profit and loss bands. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And again, with a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, you only have to be right 4 times out of 10. My friends, please just try it. We're not a stock calling service. We're an education firm. We're not asking you to use any money at all. In fact, we're encouraging you not to. We're saying, practice this. See if you can make it work. Try it. I mean, you can go back in time and see exactly what I'm saying and see if it works or doesn't work. If it doesn't work, move on. If it does work, start doing the work. Now, what do we see with the S&P? Again, I said down for the day. Yes, it had popped up yesterday and then rotated back over, going down 3.3, I can't quite see, 3.31%. So we're, of course, at a negative 15 on our success multiplier formula. That means that the 2-day and the weekly are also in confirmed down moves. So everything is a hammering down. We haven't penetrated yet the 200 EMA on the S&P 500 on the weekly chart, but that may very well be on the way. What about the Qs? Well, the Qs is penetrating through that 200 EMA on the weekly. That's exponential moving average. That is throwing you into bear territory. Then all your trades are down on that weekly chart after that happens. Where are we on the half-day chart? Oh, and the 2 days, of course, -2 and below the 200 EMA. But we see where things have slid along. We had a great little trade there for 5%. And then what happened? Things went up a little bit right after we closed that trade successfully and then started to move down again today, down 4.03%. So tech stocks taking a hammering. What about 20-year bonds? Well, 20-year bonds, we went to initiate a trade, did not quite make it. We ended up only making 0.43%, ticked up on us, then rolled back over. Guys ask me all the time, Tom, can I jump in after it ticks up and then goes back in the same direction? You can. You can. I want you to practice that and see how well it works for you. I did that over the months of April and May on the NASDAQ 100. Would you like to know long-term how it worked for me? Instead of plus 7% gain on those 2 months on the Qs, I had a 3.90% gain. So about 3% less. Why? Because your best move is your first move. When things are fresh, particularly when it goes from green to red, that means you go from green candles on the up move and then things rotate over going down. The opposite would be true if it's a long position versus a short. When it rotates over, if you see the same time the candles switch, you see the STC switch from green to red. That's many, many times a really nice, strong move that will get you what you are looking for. Not always, but many times it will. And again, we take the good with the bad. You don't have to win everything. You just can't get hammered with losses. That's what we're staying away from. All the profits will come over time. Just don't let yourself get hammered. I say this all the time, but I feel like nobody listens. I hope you are listening, and if you are, reach out to me and let me know. Tom, we do hear you. We are paying attention. We are doing this, and we're seeing the results you're telling us about. Again, I don't charge you for this. Let me hear from you and know that it is working for you. I'd like to hear that. So we see bonds down in the morning, popping up in the afternoon, up 0.79%. Did that change anything on the STC? Absolutely not. Still lots of downward pressure. What about 20-year bonds when it comes to the 2-day chart? Well, it just, on that last 2-day candle, rotated over going down. You can see we're hitting a lower low. Not as big a candle, but still moving down. Lots of downward pressure there. And of course, on the weekly, lots of downward pressure too. And look at this. Look how far below the 200 EMA we are. Whoom. You know, again, this has been happening a while. Okay, we're going to leave TLT. We're going to go to gold. Gold up for the day, our biggest gainer, 1.12%. Are we going long in gold as it flips over? No, we're not. Why? Because we're below the 200 EMA. You could have thought, oh man, I'm going to kill it on gold and jump into it as it's trying to cross through the 200 EMA. And what happened? We got hammered on that. Trying to cross over, if you did, again with all that downward pressure, and I say all that downward pressure, you can see the 2-day is of course negative on the STC. What's up with the weekly? It's negative on the STC too. So again, we want to see gold cross strong through this. Now, as things are setting up with the STC turning green well below, I want to see gold push up strongly through the 200 EMA. I want to see the 200 starting to turn, the 2-day rather, starting to turn, and see that weekly weaken on that down move. And then I want to see gold give us some great up trades. I've been wanting to buy gold for a long time. Of course, here lately, what have we been doing? Shorting it. Had a great short 3.58% there. So again, I want to see things go better for gold. We tried this one. It did not work. But again, you can't win everything. Our loss there was maybe 0.25%, something like that. Not much. And again, we had that to balance off against the 2% profit there. So, again, we'll take them when we can get them. So that's where we are on gold. Did move up for the day. Hasn't changed anything as far as jumping in. I told you about Bitcoin already. Let's just take a quick peek at our favorite ETF, the future ETF that tracks Bitcoin. Down for the day, 3.76%. Remember, it only weighs in when the market's open, 9:30 to 4 every day. It's not a 24-hour chart, and it's not actually Bitcoin like we said. It is a Bitcoin future, but it does track it pretty well. And of course, the nice thing about this one, when Bitcoin is going up and you are buying it, is that, of course, it's readily tradable. It's on the exchange. I mean, you can buy it right there at TD Ameritrade, at Charles Schwab, wherever. It is available. Trades like a stock, very liquid. Nice. It's not a stock. It's an ETF. It's a futures contract. So again, I have bought this and sold this when it was going up, of course, and did well with it. So again, do practice it when things turn around. But you can see STC crossed over, heading down, lots of downward pressure. Who knows where Bitcoin's going to bottom out? When it does and starts to move up, we'll be here ready to go. Getting ready for Friday, friends. Don't forget, at the close of the market on Friday, we'll be producing our weekly review and forecast. Patreon members just sent out to you the 20 weekly vertical crossovers for the week. 1 up, 19 down. If that tells you anything about where this market is, it ought to. God bless. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.